Salespeople have been notoriously slow when it comes to embracing new technology. The world, though, of mobiles changing all that. Many salespeople now bringing in their own tablets and smartphones to work. What are they actually doing on them? Well, John Golden is CEO of coaching firm, sales coaching firm Huthwaite, joins me now in studio. Warm welcome to you, John.
Thank you. Looking
at the findings, yes, it looks fandangled and efficient and productive to have it all down on your tablet. But when you really look at it, if they're only editing in the round documents, and that's their major uses of that device, how productive really is it?
Well, I think it's well beyond just editing documents, because if you take it, the utility of a tablet is that even with your laptop, a laptop's so much more imposing. A tablet is something that's easily shared. You can do product demos on it. You can access documents out of the cloud pretty easily. So you can configure solutions in real time with your customer, but it's a very easy collaborative tool.
Is there evidence that that same collaboration is garnering more sales than the old method?
Well, actually, in our research, interestingly enough, while only 13% of companies were issuing tablets, 90% of the sales professionals in our research actually said that they reached their last quarter targets, and they pointed to the productivity gains from tablets and smartphones as being one of the reasons.
One of the reasons, but not the game changer? Or, I mean, are you sensing that it has brought about that fundamental breakthrough moment when you talk about less confrontational? I mean, we've got to wonder, does that actually mean those sales?
Right. Well, I mean, I think you have to always separate that no device or application is going to make up for the lack of fundamental selling skills. So unless you can actually engage in a good, investigative, business-focused conversation with the customer, uncover their needs, develop those needs, find opportunities or issues that actually have some impetus to act upon, then no device is going to solve that.
All right, how do we stack up? Just be blunt about it.
Yeah.
You know, you're over from the States. We have a lot of work still to do. We're being left behind in this slipstream.
I don't agree, actually. In our research, actually, Australia has been quite an early adopter of mobile technologies. And what you're actually going to start finding is that it's not the companies, as I said, that's issuing these. It's actually the salespeople going out and buying them themselves.
Oh, no, but look, my point was not to quibble with you over that. It was simply that next step, the real deal sealing of that moment in time as between the salesperson and the client. We're not exactly firing on all four cylinders, or are we?
I wouldn't say we're firing on all four cylinders, probably firing on three maybe at this stage.
What's missing?
I think what's missing is the next breakthrough in collaboration. Like, for instance, our salespeople will use a mind mapping application, right? So they'll sit down with you as a salesperson with their tablet and actually brainstorm a solution in real time using this mind mapping technology. So I think it's really integrating the technology into how you interact with a customer, whether that's face-to-face, whether that's using a device. For instance, some clever salespeople are using the iPhone's FaceTime when their customer has an iPhone, so then you can get kind of a face-to-face conversation even when you're remote. So I think it's really looking at all the utilities and effectiveness of these applications and integrating it into the way you do business every day.
But as you came back to saying before, and the statistic doesn't lie, 87% of companies are simply not providing these devices.
Yeah, I think companies are slow to realize the effectiveness of this tool. I think when tablets first came out a couple of years ago with the iPad, they were seen as more as a consumer toy. Rather than a business tool. But as I said, it's salespeople and other people are actually starting to demonstrate the utility and the effectiveness of using this as a tool. So I really see companies are going to get onto this. And in fact, there are some organizations, forward-thinking ones, on the retail side and also the B2B. For instance, you know, Victoria's Secrets, they issue tablets to their frontline salespeople in stores. So if you go in, or if somebody you know goes in...
Never see a salesperson in there. It's kind of just... other than opening some boxes, but whatever.
But if you go in and you, for instance, can't find the size of item that you're looking for, they will use the iPad or tablet, go online to the online catalog, find your size, get it to you, ship it to you. So you leave the store having bought something, even though you don't actually physically have it. On the B2B side, there's a large medical devices organization that we work with globally who just bought thousands of iPads, configured them with product demos for their for their salespeople. So now they can actually interact with the surgeon in real time, configure the solution, and gain that sale.
Is the promise, though, of delivering it tomorrow or the next day really enough? I mean, it seems we want everything now. We want instant gratification. I go in to get my fondue set. I don't want it tomorrow. I want to have that dinner party tonight, John.
Well, I mean, I think there's certain realistic things that, I mean, if it's not available in a store, you know, you can't get it shipped instantly and it be there by the time you get home. So there's a certain realism there. However, in a business-to-business sale, I think the attention span has shrunk. We used to talk about the MTV generation 15 years ago, or whatever, that had a 15-minute attention span. I think it's now down to 15 nanoseconds. So if I'm having a conversation with you and you ask me something that I don't know about, you expect that I can access that answer quickly. So whether I use Messenger or Skype or whatever to get back to home base and find out something. Briefly,
John, notice also the statistic on Blackberries is still the phone du jour of most employees and employers, or not necessarily like that, actually most employers put them out there. After that scandal, though, of RIM, you know, and the whole outage of the network, has your survey sort of caught that event in time and translated and seen it for what it was?
Yeah, we didn't so much catch that event, but there is a real kind of division here, whereas organisations probably up to that point saw Blackberry as something that they could have control over. They could bring Blackberry Enterprise Server in-house, they could put their own security protocols in place. If you like, they could control it. With iPhones and Androids, they don't have that sense of control, so I think things are going to change, because you now see people carrying a Blackberry and an Android or an iPhone.
Juggling away as if to say, yeah, one for work, one for pleasure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
John Golden, CEO of Huthwaite, there, the global selling technique and